And we also heard from Claudia. We know now that the plane that you just see right there descending so quickly behind those homes had just fueled up, hence the big, huge flames and that ball of fire. It had just fueled, it had just taken off, and then descended so quickly and crashed.
And you'd have to know that the call to evacuate and to not go outside but to close windows and doors would have to factor into that call because of the plane just being fueled in the fire.
We want to go right now to Arthur Wolk, aviation expert right now, who we just spoke to regarding the plane crash 2 days ago in the Potomac River, D.C. Now talking to you, unfortunately, about this tragedy that happened right in our own backyards. What can you tell us, what you know, and what you have learned so far?
I think the most important bit of evidence that we've seen so far is the doorbell video showing the aircraft descending at an incredible angle, like almost 45 degrees, which means that the airplane was out of control. No pilot would voluntarily descend any airplane at that angle. That probably resulted in the airplane striking the ground at over 400 knots and probably 5 or even 10,000 feet a minute going down that fast. So something overtook this flight crew, whether it was a mechanical malfunction that affected the pitch of the airplane, in other words, up or down, whether it was a flight control malfunction that wouldn't allow them to recover the airplane, whether there was an instrument failure in the airplane that would not allow them to fly the airplane under the weather conditions that existed, although there are duplicates of all those instruments with the first officer on the right seat, and so that is less likely. I think given the horrible destruction, the sad, utter and complete destruction of this airplane, I think much of the evidence will have to come from the cockpit voice recorder to see what the crew was talking about. And perhaps if they communicated their emergency to air traffic control, those air traffic control tapes might be helpful as well. And then that might drive the investigation to look at whatever small pieces there are left to see what, if any, malfunction there was.
Arthur, this was a Learjet 55. Can you talk to us about specifically what kind of plane that is and